Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Lessons Learned, the dumbest thing I've ever done with money. My name is Suzanne, and I'm the head coach at G.R.A.C.E Financial Coaching. And today we are talking to Dr. Jacopo. Dr. Jacopo holds a PhD in International Business Management, enriched by training with industry icons. I know you guys have heard of these people, Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki. Dr. Jacopo has developed the MPBE method. Meditate, morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise, which harmonizes personal growth with financial success, and has allowed him to complete over 350 real estate transactions and to achieve his own financial freedom. We're going to be talking today about Dr. Jacopo's latest book, Healthy, Rich, and Happy, which is available now. Welcome, Doctor. How are you?
Super good, Suzanne. And your smile gives me beautiful energy too. To moving forward during the day. I mean, I'm happy to stay over here because you transmit energy, good and positive energy.
Oh, good. So obviously our listeners can hear that you have a bit of an accent. So where did you come from originally?
Big accent. We need the truth. I coming from Italy, from Napoli. And, I am really proud and 100% Italian because I go back I live 7 months over here in Miami, 7-8 months, 3 months in Italy and 1 month in Dubai,
Wow. Oh, Dubai. How do you like Dubai? My husband has been there.
Dubai is, I think so, is the new America in the way where, we are Americans. Sometimes they think about new country. Reality is really big opportunity in Dubai in this moment because the people they create this environment, they are people that study in United States. United States is the best country in the world. I'm proud to stay over here, and they take back all the intelligent part and to build this beautiful city, Dubai.
Yes, it's funny you said that because I had a friend, kind of a friend of a friend who moved to Dubai, and we thought it was rather strange at the time, but he absolutely loves it now. He said it feels like America, and it really has. He said he's never moving, he's never leaving.
And they have like the quality of life is really good. Plus, opportunity is good because everything is starting from opportunity to create. And
that's amazing. Amazing. And depending on where you live in the United States, the weather is probably better.
Yeah, correct. I honestly, Suzanne, I choose to live something where give me energy, water. When I live over here in Miami Beach, means give near the water. How you live in Virginia is the same. I decide to live in this place where is the water because I'm connected, with water.
Yes, absolutely, especially where you came from. So the book that you just have come out with relatively recently, give us a little bit of an idea. Healthy, Rich, and Happy. I mean, that sounds like the ideal situation, is it not?
Yes, and in reality is what we want. Every of us want these 3 words. But unfortunately, a lot of people, they forgot during their life. What it means, everything smiling or, create something outside is a clear intention. And this book is really create with an intention. Which kind of intention why I create this book. The reality, I create this book because I receive a lot in my life. I receive, first of all, from, money. And after, when I feel empty inside, I find the opportunity to grow inside. And what's happening, I create this book where the book really talk about how becoming this 3 words. And I want to be more clear possible. This 3 word is word you need to maintain every day of your life. It's not you arrive and you forgot. No, it's the opposite. I working every day to maintain, to be healthy, first of all, rich and happy, and the 3 words inside represent a method I create to build internal part, and after through the real estate, what I believe, what I am involved at 365 days, because I love and I'm serial entrepreneur. I explain how create external abundance, but before you need to create internal.
So would you say that it's the diligence, it's having this diligence or this diligent lifestyle in these areas that creates success? Because a lot of people think if I just go viral on YouTube, I'm going to be successful.
Now, Suzanne, depend for what this means for people that listening this success. For me means something, and for other people means something else. What it means for me is something where I have freedom to decide when I want and what I want to do, and immediately have choose to do what I want. Other people probably have, thousand or million view in YouTube is something important, but it's important to clarify in your life which is your means success. Success for me means everything in 12 aspects of our life. Money is really important, and I put like super important. Family, friendship, quality of life, diversity. We have 12 aspects. When somebody reduce the mind and the focus is only one aspect of his life or our life, becoming really sad, because you will arrive at one point where you achieve in this area everything and you missing the other part.
That it reminds me of a client that I worked with who had to make a decision between a very well-paying job for a short period of time and the lifestyle they kind of had created already. The problem was there was not the funds to continue that lifestyle, and so they had to make the choice between taking a position that they didn't really want to take in a short-term window in order to, in the long term, allow them to get back to that lifestyle that they had created. What would you tell that person? How would you, motivate that person?
I think so. Everything, in life, we don't have similar path every day. In particular, if you are creator, who they are, creator is people, they create something. They are investor, they are business people, they are people that are involved to give something. People they create a life for this kind of people is up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, if I am in the position of this person, I will do something really easy, something really intelligent, because people in particular in United States, what they think about when they reach some kind of lifestyle, they wanna every time this kind of the lifestyle for life. But sometimes you need, because if you need to reduce this lifestyle to go back where you are comfortable. But if you don't have the word resilience in you, will becoming complicated, because it started to coming in your feeling frustration, started to coming different kind of emotion where they bring you down. And for this reason, it's so important before everything to build something where every day you have something to jumping back when life throw you in your plate something different do you want.
Right. So a better way to think about it is that life is a roller coaster. It's not a straight incline.
And this is the life for people they want to create. Now you have other kind of people, they decide to have regular life. Now in this world is not exist a regular life. Do you possible work for 4 years in one company and tomorrow somebody tell you are not anymore of this in this team? It's happening a lot of time. Now I think so it's better for young generation people to start to understand, and when you have everything in your mind, how you create money, how you create value, how you generate money through real estate or business. I prefer real estate now after many experience in business. I think so you becoming like somebody have the possibility to create something everywhere, because his mindset is create something in your mind. And two, if you decide, okay, I have this skill inside me, but you wanna decide to live, normal regular job life, I think it's so important to now in this world to achieve better skill related to money, related to real estate, related to investment,
Mm-hmm. About your real estate ventures, are you working specifically in residential, or you do residential and commercial? What are you working in mostly?
Yeah, I do after many years, I starting first of all in Italy in 2000. When I have 22 years old, now I have 41, where I started to buy and sell in auction.
Okay.
And I create over there, a chain of jewelry where I sell for, different big number. And what's happening is this one. Now I have really understand the experience in real estate, and I invest residential. I'm GP or sometimes LP in multifamily project, and I'm working too in land. What this means, I acquire land located in area where I know will be growing. And I take this land with some kind of strategy where I keep for 3-4 years, for 3 to 5 years. I started to work with the document to elevate the status of the possibility to build on the land. And after really I exit with 10x. Because when you do some kind of strategy in real estate, you're really becoming wealthy in small amount of time, because real estate in United States is the best place to starting everything from zero or less than zero. I believe 100%.
Do you believe in real estate in the United States specifically as a good investment for retirement?
I believe if you know what you do, if you buy in the correct way, in the correct time, absolutely yes. Okay. It's the best way. Means normally, like everything, you need to know the information correctly to invest, or you need to have somebody help you in the process.
Yes. And in the real estate world, because I came from commercial real estate, we like to call that due diligence.
Correct.
And if you've not heard that term before and you're looking to get into real estate, let's start by learning what that term is, right?
100%. I'm agree with you, Suzanne.
Yes. So the land aspect is interesting, because all the properties that I worked on prior to working in financial coaching, I spent many years in commercial property management. So everything I was working on was typically some sort of land deal. So there was a Home Depot. That is a good example. A lot of people don't realize this. The Home Depot owns the Home Depot. Home Depot doesn't always own the land that their building is sitting on. So are you just buying and not just buying and selling, but you're buying the land, doing some due diligence, maybe changing some zoning, and then selling in 3 to 4 years? Are you also leasing any of those land properties?
Now, what I do is this one. First of all, I have 4 pillars in my strategy, real estate in general, but too in the business. First of all, I research deeply. After, I grow in what I research. And third, I do action. And 4, contribution. Now, in particular, in the land, and you are expert in what you do, but a lot of people, they don't know a lot about real estate. And savvy investors never share this kind of trick, because is where they are really becoming wealthy. What I do is this one. I first of all research area located. I'm specializing in Florida, but in particular in some county over here. I find land where I research deeply through the city, through public record, what's happening in this area, because through public record you have the possibility to know everything. At city or county, they need to give you this information. And when I understand, okay, in this particular area, from now to 3 or 4 years will be a big project, I acquire the land before the eyes of other investors they are on top, because the majority of people, what they do, they follow the market. And what they do, like when the market coming to be crazy, they started to invest. But when you started to invest, is the market already crazy, you already lose
right
big chunk. of the make money. I do the opposite. I starting with deeply research, and after I take the land, I share with your audience something have $1 million value really. City and county, when they have a big project, they are automatically starting to changing the zoning around. Why? Because it's normal if somebody go over there and they want to build in one 7 or 10,000 square footage lot, a building, people they started to complain, and what's happening? They automatically starting to uplift the zoning around. Meaning you already have city push you, and after what's happening, you need put some work, and the work is paperwork. It means working with the city to try to have your zoning modify. And
Right.
after, when your zoning is modified, you have two options. One is sell to a builder and they do the job or whatever, or
Yep.
the other one working with the builder directly, where you take 1% of the project, you put the land, and creativity at that point is really something where you decide what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of people just think that if there's a Home Depot there, Home Depot owns the land and the parking lot, and most of the time that's not the case. But in the situation of residential, if you sell off that piece of land to a developer, the developer is purchasing the land and then developing the properties, the townhouses, the single family homes, the apartment complex, or whatever they're going to end up doing with it. So it's very interesting. And Florida, I mean, my goodness, the last 5 years, Florida has just exploded. What an area to be specializing in right now.
Yeah, it's a really. I need to share with you something. I arrived in United States because I take advantage about the subprime mortgage when the market crash. I arrived after I read one article in Italy. Take one flight, don't speak English and heavy accent. Now you give me a compliment. Before I don't have, because I don't speak English. That's it. And I arrived from the other part of the world, and I see all the escalation about property, because now Florida becoming really, really, an expensive place, big opportunity place, but at the same time, a place where light is reduced for people they don't have experience. What it means now is so competition where find opportunity becoming a little bit less respect than before, but opportunity in United States is everywhere. But it's really, really exponential, the growth of this land, in particular city like Miami, Broward Country, like they are really, really, booming in this moment.
Yes, I may have shared this on this show with my listeners before, but I had the opportunity in 2019 to purchase a single family home. I think it was in Tampa, like in Tampa proper, and it was $140,000, and we didn't do it. And I looked at it a couple years later, and it was $300,000 within 3 years. And so I'm definitely kicking myself, for not purchasing it at the time. And I don't even want to know what it is now.
You don't want to see, but
No, I don't want to know.
Opportunities coming every time for people they search.
Exactly. So speaking of stupid things that people have done with money, we have to ask you our question that we ask all of our guests, because what we want to do here is encourage our listeners that even if you've made mistakes in the past, we can get through them. Financial mistakes, there's always a way out. So Dr. Jacopo, what would you say is the dumbest thing you've ever done with money?
Starting at 22 years, no, 20, I don't remember, 24 years old or 23 years old, I lose 1 million euro in it. Because I buy one shop in a big, really commercial center where big name is over there, and which is the big mistake I make, and I want to share with your audience. When you don't have control of something, if something goes wrong, you are part of this mistake somebody other people decide for you. And what's happening for me at that time, because how I shared before, I coming from jewelry space, I create a chain of jewelry in Italy, and I wanna be on this center commercial, really important, where big name they are over there, big name of clothing, like Gucci, other big brand, and I buy the shop, technically, like the everything, to put my business inside. And what's happening, the center commercial, the people they own, they management the center commercial, they create big flop, and technically I lose a million euro. But what I learned from this is something really important. Never I will do put myself in the position where I don't have control.
Gotcha. So in the situation, we like, especially when I speak with people about their personal finances, we have controllables and we have uncontrollables. Just yesterday, I sat down with a client and we were talking about things we can control. We can control, for example, if we're going to pay off a debt, right? We can control how we're going to pay it off, when we're going to pay it off, how quickly we're going to pay it off, all those things. One of the things we can't control is if it's a type of debt where the bank can decide when they want us to pay it off. Mm-hmm. So taking on debt that is tied to someone's home, that could end up taking the control away from the person. And now we're giving the control to the bank because we've decided to refinance our house or do something that maybe, and we're not focused on paying down the debt fast enough, or we don't have a plan to pay down the debt. And so the other example that I used, especially during the pandemic, when grocery costs were through the roof, is you can't control. I distinctly remember getting a phone call from a friend who was living in Washington, D.C. at the time, and he could not find chicken. He could not find chicken breasts anywhere. And he was taking pictures of all the empty shelves throughout the grocery stores. And again, it made me think of controllable and uncontrollable situations. We can't control what the grocery store is going to have at that moment, but we can control how we're going to change our purchases, how we're maybe going to change our eating habits during this time, especially if the prices are going up, right? Now we're talking about eggs for the last year and a half. And so there are things we can control and things we can't control. There are always going to be external environmental factors. So let's say you purchase a piece of land and the title was messed up. Even though you did all of your research that there was something wrong with the title. How do you have title insurance? You controlled the situation by purchasing the title insurance so that when you found out the title was messed up, we've now gained control over the situation again. And I think sometimes, especially today, and I hate to say this, I see it with younger people, there's a lot of this giving away of control and saying, oh, I can't do anything. I can't do anything about that. You can do stuff. You can do a lot of things about stuff. You can gain control back of certain situations, but for some reason, it's just easier to throw your hands up and say, I can't do that.
I am completely agree with you. And what I love to share is this one. The control means in business the capacity to research correctly, to understand which is your exit strategy. And the lesson I learned from that mistake is this one. Try every time you invest, you create something to have 2-3 options where you possible moving around. And I will explain better. When I purchase resident, I am expert in auction. And in auction, for example, you don't have the possibility to do, the insurance for title normally, because, you purchase how is the situation, the condition of the property. You need to be really deeply involved in understand, have a big team to follow the title, all the chain of the title, all the process, to don't have big surprise. And reality is this one is important to have every time when you do some kind of investment, 2 or 3 possibility to have exit strategy. Example, if you purchase on a property and you try to make a flipping, normally if you are savvy investor, you know everything, you calculate correctly, you have one option, the deal will go bad. Is the option when the market's freezing or market have some kind of problem. But you need to have, when you do something like this, the second exit strategy. We need the first one, market immediately, like something happening how is happening in 2008, but I don't believe happening now. Market go down 20, 25, 30% and you lose. And you need to have the other part you control in real estate. This is the beauty, is rent the property. Means when you do an investment, you need to have the control related to what you do. Means, if you do a flipping, a small thing like a residential, and you don't have the possibility to sell for some kind of reason, in reality, if you don't sell because you put the property and not the correct way, price, not you will sell everything in life. Second of all, you need to have the exit where you possibly have rented out and have a cap rate, to give the percentage you need to have the possibility to make, minimum 10%. Now it's difficult, but minimum 10% of your money put in the deal, and this is the way so important. Real estate give you control, give you the possibility to do this. Other kind of business is less possibility to have the part of the control. Real estate, in reality, if you think about, for this reason I love, if you make some kind of mistake, like every human being make, when you make some kind of mistake in real estate, for example, if you make a mistake to purchase one property where you want to do a flipping, and you lose, you break even or you lose some money.
You lose a little bit, right?
Money, you don't have all the, the reducing of an investment. If you do a business, you want to open one shop, you put 200K inside, the business is not working, you will lose everything. Real estate, this is beautiful,
Oof, it is. It's so important. And just to wrap it up, I am happy to report that less people out there are trying to flip houses because they saw something on TV. I think people have learned their lesson.
I know.
But it was a little scary for a few years there. I had a few people who thought that was going to be a nice way to, get a lot of money real fast. And, you get one leaky basement in an expensive, oh my goodness. So anyway, that's for another show. But thank you, Dr. Jacopo, for joining us today. All of Dr. Jacopo's contact information is going to be in our show notes as always, including the link to purchase his most recent book, Healthy, Rich, and Happy. Thanks for joining us again. And thanks for sharing the dumbest thing you've ever done with money.
Thank you, Suzanne. I really appreciate it.